The Long Walk, Stephen King. I know, millennials, elder Gen Z. Our moms were addicted to Stephen King when we were growing up. At least some of our moms were. If you're watching this, your mom probably was. Maybe we didn't read all the books, okay? But if you had a cool mom, she'd let you watch the movies at a young age. Pet Sematary? What you mean? Langoliers? What you mean? The Stand? What you mean? The Long Walk is a 2025 American horror dystopian film. Directed and produced by Francis Lawrence. Screenplay by J.T. Molnar. Richard Bachman, aka, we know him best by Stephen King, 1979 novel. That's what this movie's based on. Obviously, I want to go over these characters real quick. Cooper Hoffman as Ray Garrity, 47. David Johnson as Peter McVrise, 23. Garrett Waring as Billy Stevens, 38. Tut Nyut as Arthur, Art, number 6. Charlie Plummer as Gary Barkovich, 5. Ben Wang as Hank Olson, 46. Jordan Gonzalez as Richard Harkness, 49. Joshua Oddick as Collie Parker, 48. Mark Hamill as The Major. Roman Griffin Davis as Thomas Curley. Judy Greer as Ginny Garrity. Josh Hamilton as William Garrity. I was talking with a friend a few days ago about this movie. He was giving me some game. He was letting me know the reason why this was created was based off of the Vietnam War, the draft lottery. But in this movie, it is a post-war America. And everyone signs up for this draft to do the Long Walk, which is a televised event. They're gonna walk for as long as they can. If you can't keep going under a certain mile per hour, which is going to be right here, I believe it's 3 miles an hour, you get shot. The messaging in this movie is evident, and it is clear that it applies to today's society. I was talking about like the Hunger Games, Squid Games, these dystopian games that people like to play that are reminiscent of the Colosseum in ancient Rome. The overall arching message of this movie is that this long walk is going to instill America to be number one again. Sound familiar? Because after the war, they are no longer number one. And by doing the long walk, all of these random boys aged between like 18 to 20-ish years old, probably mid-20s, draft age, and everyone signs up because they get to win this giant cash prize. Everyone has a genuine reason why they sign up. They all have their own stories. They all have their own purpose. And I couldn't imagine living in a place where you have to put your physical life on the line to win a large lump sum of money. As the rich get richer and the middle class evaporates, it left me thinking, how long until Mr. Beast hosts a Colosseum game that is true to the original Colosseum in Rome? They did some genuine fucked up shit in the Colosseum. Bad things keep happening every single day, and our timelines are filled with absolute nonsense. It's leading us to believe that, is there going to be a civil war? Is there going to be a World War III? Or are they going to all happen at the same time? We do not know. Are people losing humanity currently? These are questions I ask myself and I talk about with people almost every single day. How far are we from having our own version of the longest walk? Let's just call them by their number, which sounds fucked up. But 47, Ray, number 23, Peter, they're boys. They have like a squad. They even call themselves the Musketeers, along with the other players, the other 2 players. And they have a sense of camaraderie, a sense of boyhood, a sense of innocence throughout this entire walk. You notice how I paused there? I almost said entire, but it wasn't the entire walk. Clearly, things do get hairy, things do get intense. And at first, it seems like they're all getting together. It seems like camp almost, but it's not until the first person gets killed. As the walk goes on, it does genuinely keep getting harder. It genuinely keeps getting more intense. But number 23 helps out 47 the entire time. And I don't need to break down everyone dying. Go watch the film. I highly recommend watching this film. It's amazing. I genuinely fuck with it. I'm a horror fan, and I love it. And if you don't like it, and you're watching this, that's okay. It's okay. But 23 keeps it moving along. And 47, the only reason why he genuinely wants to do this, he wants to send a message to America. And the message is, we are free. Why does number 47 have this message? Because his dad had knowledge of the old world, connection to the arts. We'll keep it at that. And his father was killed because of that. And that's the only reason why 47 wanted to do this mission. Meanwhile, a lot of people were doing it genuinely for the money, for the most part. Meanwhile, number 23, he chose to do this because he has had a hard life his entire life. And he wants to make genuine change. Two different motives, right? Barkovich is an asshole. There's a scene where Ben Wang's character, he does die, sadly, and he's the only kid who has a wife. And everyone's agreeing to do something for his wife. Everyone's asked to do so. The native kid. And you come to find out that the major's son, one of his bastard sons, the guy who's sick the whole time, you know, they're the last few, they all agree to, like, help out the wife, you know? But Barkovich is left out of this, and he wants this sense of belonging. He's never belonged anywhere in his entire life. He does crash out, dude. He does die. And there's, like, a lot of scenes that are super fucked up. They're shitting their pants. They're doing a bunch of crazy shit. It makes you wonder, like, why do people do this? And even while you're doing this, maybe you made a mistake. Why don't people try and kill them? Why don't they try and stop them? There is a character who I believe is native, and he does take the action into his own hands. He genuinely just can't walk anymore, and he fucking kills one of these guards. He does, like, this tribal call before he dies, and I felt like that spoke a lot, more than having to explain anything else. That call out was kind of chilling. And if you've already seen the movie and you have any commentary on one of the favorite characters that you had, please comment down below. Like, genuinely let me know what character moved you the most. I wanted to talk about the ending. So 47 and 23 get to the end. It's just them two. You kind of know those two are going to be the ones making it to the end, because they're like, as I would always like to say, in another lifetime, they would have been best of friends and would have lived a long life together as best friends, maybe soulmates. 23 had said, like, when it's his time, he's just going to sit down and let it happen. He says this earlier in the movie. He does that, and 47 picks him back up. Before I get into this, there is a scene where 47 does get to see his mom, and it's harrowing, and 23 saves him. And it was at this point I knew that 47 was going to die. Back to the ending. 23 gets picked up by 47. He helps him out. He keeps him walking. 47 decides to sacrifice himself. And 23 remembers what 47 wanted to do with this. 23 decides to request the one gift they get at the end. He gets the gun. He shoots the major. And honestly, he just kept on walking. What happens when one person creates a cultural rift that forever changes the society that they live in? What does that leave people to think? What is that going to leave people to do? Let me know what your favorite scene was in this movie. I'm excited for spooky season. I thought I'd kick it off with this freaking movie. Let's get into it. I've been celebrating Summerween, so I've been in that spooky spirit all along. Where you guys been at? Where you been at? Summerween, bro? It's Halloween now, motherfucker. Was good. Yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time.